Good morning, boys and girls of all ages. Welcome back to my channel. We are live in direct here in the city of Los Angeles. It is about 9:36, day 2 of the NBA free agency report. Yours truly, Eddie GZ, bringing you all the latest news and updates. So as of 9:36 a.m., here are some of the latest updates being brought to you by DJ Siddiqui, Chris Bengal, Michael Kasey Blumain from CBS Sports, and this was about 51 minutes ago. So, in a video shared by his new representation, Uncle Drew, Kyrie Irving, Rock Nation Sports All-Star guard Kyrie Irving explained why he decided to leave the Boston Celtics and sign with the Brooklyn Nets in free agency this summer. He says, "In my heart, I've always knew I wanted to play at home," Irving said in a video. "Home is where my heart is. It's always been there simply because of such a great love that I have for my family and the way I grew up. I wouldn't change anything about this journey. It's brought me back here, and that's home. And home is where my family is. Home is where I want my legacy to continue, and I'm happy to be in Brooklyn." Kyrie Irving. Along with Kevin Durant, when he returns from the Achilles injury he suffered in the NBA Finals, will be asked with turning the Nets into a legitimate title contender. That is for sure. Veteran forward Anthony Tolliver has agreed to a one-year, $2.6 million deal with the Portland Trail Blazers. Isaiah Thomas says he is ready to get his career back to the all-star level, and he should have the opportunity to do that with the Washington Wizards. The two sides agreed on a one-year deal on Monday, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. According to Kyle Neubeck of the Philly Voice, the Sixers have reached an agreement with veteran big man Kyle O'Quinn on a one-year deal. Later on, Keith Pompey of the Philadelphia Inquirer confirmed that his contract would be worth $2.1 million for the 2019 and 2020 season. A lot of people thought that Kevon Looney had played his way out of the Golden State Warriors price range. Well, those people were wrong. Monday night, Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN.com reported that Kevon Looney and the Warriors had come to an agreement on a 3-year, $15 million contract. Wow, that's a bargain. Well, I guess Kevon really wanted to stay at the Bay Area, right? There's only one Bay Area in the whole world. So good luck to you, Kevon, and congratulations on your $15 million contract for 3 years, which I thought you could have gotten more somewhere else. All right, moving on. Jordan Bell is moving on from the Golden State Warriors, according to a report from Yahoo's Chris Haynes. Bell has agreed to a guaranteed deal with the Minnesota Timberwolves, though terms of the deal are not yet clear. Now, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, the Philadelphia 76ers, along with Miami Heat, Portland Trail Blazers, and Los Angeles Clippers, agreed to a 4-team trade centered around Jimmy Butler and Myers. Leonard going to the Heat, Josh Richardson will be heading to the 76ers, and Hassan Whiteside will end up with the Trail Blazers. The Clippers will receive Mo Harkless and a future first-round pick. Elsewhere, one day after coming to terms on a deal with free agent point guard Derrick Rose, the Detroit Pistons have reportedly added another guard to their backcourt. According to Chris Haynes of Yahoo Sports, Tim Frazier has agreed to a one-year, $2 million deal with Detroit. Alec Burks has reportedly agreed to a deal to join the Thunder. ESPN's Royce Young reported that Burks and the team have agreed to a deal, though the terms are not yet clear. Frank Kaminsky will join Kemba Walker and Jeremy Lamb in leaving the Hornets this summer. According to a report from ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, Kaminsky has agreed to a 2-year deal with the Suns that will pay him $10 million. Nerlens Noel reportedly agreed to a deal with the Thunder on Sunday night, but then got cold feet and asked them for more time to think over his options. According to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, by Monday, though, Noel apparently felt good enough about OKC to agree to re-sign there. Wes Matthews grew up in Madison and played his college basketball at Marquette. Now he'll return to his home state to sign with Milwaukee Bucks. According to a report from ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, Matthews will sign a one-year veterans minimum deal. The Golden State Warriors managed to get something while losing Kevin Durant. They ended up acquiring D'Angelo Russell in a sign-and-trade deal with the Nets. However, Mark Stein of the New York Times said on the Dan Patrick Show that he expects Golden State to eventually trade the All-Star guard for compensation because he does not fit there whatsoever. Miami has been busy in the first day of free agency after working on a three-way deal for Jimmy Butler that eventually hit a snag. The Heat and the Blazers finalized a deal that will send Hassan Whiteside to Portland in exchange for Myers Leonard, Mo Harkless, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Richaun Holmes has found a new team, according to a report from Shams Charania of The Athletic. Holmes has agreed to a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Sacramento Kings. He'll add depth to their front court after the expected departure of Willie Cauley-Stein. The Dallas Mavericks continued their busy start to free agency by reportedly coming to terms with J.J. Barea on a deal that will bring him back to Dallas. According to a report from Shams Charania of The Athletic, Barea will sign a 1-year deal with the Dallas for the veterans minimum. The Boston Celtics had a major role to fill after the departure of Al Horford, and they addressed that issue on Monday by reportedly coming to an agreement with Eunice Kanter. According to a report from Shams of The Athletic, Kanter will sign a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Boston Celtics. The Mavericks continued what has been a busy start to free agency by landing one of the top shooters on the NBA open market. According to a report from Adrian Wojnarowski, the Mavericks and free agent guard Seth Curry had agreed to a 4-year, $32 million deal. The New York Knicks have reportedly added another point guard to their roster for 2019 and 2020 campaign. According to Shams of The Athletic, the Knicks have come to an agreement on a 2-year, $16 million deal with free agent point guard Elfrid Payton. Austin Rivers was acquired by the Houston Rockets during the 2018 and 2019 campaign and will be returning to the team for at least one more season. According to Adrian Wojnarowski, ESPN.com, Rivers and the Rockets have come to terms on a 2-year deal for the veterans minimum, which includes a player option for the second season. So what's going on with Los Angeles Lakers? Well, it isn't the news that the Laker fans are waiting on. It's been reported that the franchise has reportedly come to an agreement on a 1-year, $2.1 million deal with free agent swingman Troy Daniels. According to Shams, The Athletic, Daniels will provide the Lakers with the type of perimeter shooting they severely lacked this past season. Veteran swingman Wayne Ellington has found a new NBA home as he has agreed to a 2-year, $16 million deal with the New York Knicks. According to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, Ellington suited up for the Heat and Pistons last season. Elsewhere, he may not be Kevin Durant, but the Warriors are getting something in return for losing Kevin Durant. That's right. So, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, Golden State is acquiring D'Lo in a sign-and trade with Brooklyn in addition to Russell. They'll also acquire Shabazz Napier and Treveon Graham and Andre Iguodala, and a future first-round pick are being moved to Memphis Grizzlies to help facilitate this deal. Former Laker Ed Davis was going to have a tough time finding minutes on a new-look Nets, so he's decided to take the talent to Salt Lake City. All right, Utah Jazz. According to a report from ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, Davis has agreed to a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Jazz. DeAndre Jordan is the latest big-name free agent to agree to a deal with the Nets on Sunday. The big man is good friends with Kevin Durant, which assuredly helped him earn this deal. According to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, Jordan's deal will be worth $40 million over 4 years. Elsewhere, Patrick Beverley is returning to the Clippers. According to Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN, the defense terms on a 3-year, $40 million deal with the Los Angeles Clippers. So these are all the latest news in Los Angeles Clippers. Yours truly, Eddie Jeezy. We'll be back with more of the NBA free agency sometime later on today as we get the final commitment from Kawhi Leonard. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Have a great day. Peace. We out.